Hey guys! So today we are beginning our dramatic read of A Christmas Carol. It's going to look a little different since you're at home. Obviously, you don't have to read the entire thing out loud and in the different voices. Um, but it may help if in your head you try to visualize the characters as you're reading, since you're reading all the way through so you don't get confused. There are audio versions out there available. I will link some of them. I don't know if the links will work. Um, Worst comes to worst, you can just read the script. We are reading scene 1 today, and we are going to be looking for dramatic elements that you will identify. There are 12 dramatic elements in this. It's just kind of the standard for all drama. These are the things we look for, and these are the things that can really make or break a drama. So we are reading A Christmas Carol, which is by Charles Dickens. We're reading the dramatized version by Frederick Gaines. This hopefully is what your PDF will look like. I'm working on it. Every time I switch it to Google Docs, it really screws up the format. It makes it hard to read. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look for you guys yet, but this is what I would like for it to look like. If the PDF will work on your computers. So you'll see each line, and you'll just have to keep up the difference. If you need to take notes on who each character is on the side, you may do so. There's also a part right here at the beginning. It will tell you the characters and a little bit about like the characters that are not our primary, kind of our secondary, not as important characters. It tells you who they are. Okay, so the dramatic elements we are looking for today. First, climax. This is kind of the easiest to identify. This is the major thing that happens in the story. Well, if it is a good story, maybe there's something building up before that makes you think it might be the climax, and then it's even more climactic when it gets to the top, right? That's at the top of our plot chart. So this is the big drama that happens. Something big has to happen. The two people finally fall in love. The heroic soldier dies in battle. The bad man finally learns his lesson, that sort of thing. Conflict. This usually happens in the climax. It doesn't have to. Like I said, it could be a love story and they finally get together. Conflict could have been building up before that, but usually conflict is entertaining, right? This is why we like dramas. People are fighting. We always want to know about it. We as humans love, even though we hate it when it's happening to us, love conflict. It's very entertaining for us. So we look for that. Conflicts can be anywhere with outer conflict, like you could have a natural disaster like a hurricane or a snowstorm. That can be outer conflict, or arguing with another character. Or you could have an internal conflict. This is often a major one, and I want you to keep out for that. Keep an eye out for that in this. Internal conflict, usually about what do I make this decision or this decision? What's right? What's wrong? Do I love this person or this person? Some sort of internal battle with themselves. That's very common in literature for our main characters to go through. Contrast, meaning two kind of opposite things. So you can have contrast between scenes. For example, you can have like a really, really sad scene followed by a really happy scene, so that the whole thing is not just depressing. Likewise, you could have a really, really bad character with a really, really good character, because they contrast each other. They bring some differences. And the point of that is you'll really see how good that good character is next to the bad character. You'll really see how good that bad character is next to the good character. Does that make sense? So contrast is in there for that purpose. We have mood, which, remember, the author sets the tone for the reader's mood. So mood is how we're feeling. How kind of mood does this story put us in? That should be self-explanatory. Mood should be a part of your everyday vocabulary. So it can put you in a very good mood. It could put you in a very bad mood. If it's a really good piece of literature, it could do both in a short amount of time. Rhythm is just kind of the pace at which it goes. Is it a super fast story? Is it more drawn out? Does it go at kind of a reasonable rhythm, just the way that the story and the plot unfolds? Sound is obviously important for dramas. Since we are not acting it out and we are reading it out loud, it is important for us to be on with it, but not as important as background noises would be in a movie or in a play. Space, same goes for that. You'd need more room for it to make sense and for it to look right in a play or in an actual film. Tension, we always want tension. It's similar to conflict. It's something there that keeps us hooked, keeps us on our toes. The tension will kind of build in us and just it makes us want more, and we have this issue now that we want resolved, and it grabs the readers and really makes them hang on. Okay, I believe that's it. Yep, those are our 12. Let's see, was that 12? That fell short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's only 8 of the 12 ones. What do they do with the rest of them? Sorry, guys. I was looking at a different one I was going to show you that lists all 12, but it didn't have pictures. And I like pictures. So I was going through the pictures, but we'll use this one for the other ones. Okay, focus. It can be used interchangeably with the terms concentration and engagement. It just assists the performer in the portrayal of believable characters. So this is kind of the actor's focus on their character. Memorizing lines, movements, gestures, that sort of thing. We did tension. Timing, again, this all has to do with the stage performance. Actors and actresses, we know they have to have good timing, right? Same with the layout of the story. It has to be, that's kind of along with rhythm, but it needs to be set in good time. Rhythm, contrast, mood, space, we did that. All right, language, the use of language in performance can be verbal, it can be nonverbal. So remember, we are seeing this with our eyes. So characters can shoot the audience a look off stage that will really can tell us something that maybe other characters don't know. That's called dramatic irony, when the audience knows something that the characters don't. But it can, if the script is the written script realized in performance. So we want to make sure we're sticking as close to the script as possible. And very little impromptu. We want to be spot on and have our language be the exact same. So that's in there too. Sound, we talked about that one. Symbols. Okay. Same as in reading, symbolism is huge in dramas. So it can be something that is repeated over and over in the language, right? In the script that the author already wrote in there. Or it may be something that the film director or the drama producer adds in, right? It could be a little jingle of the bell every time something's about to happen. And that may not be written into the script, but the audience knows as they're watching the drama, every time that little bell jingles, something is about to happen, right? Or they could have the background of whatever it may be. I know there's a play I watched one time, and the whole thing was kind of a religious production, and in the background you could faintly make out a cross. That would be symbolic, right? It's subtle. It's not part of the written drama, but it is symbolic. Conflict and climax, we did those. Okay. All right, we have made our way through all of them now. Sorry, I couldn't do that all on one document. Today, you're going to be keeping an eye out for these things when you're looking through here, and then you'll go and write down what line or type, the line you found them in, and what you found, what example of dramatic element it was. So you're going to do that on the assignment today on Schoology and read all of scene 1. And then after that, you're going to go to the plot chart, and we're going to fill in right here, Scrooge before the spirit visits. That's what we want to see, and we want to know what he was like. So list 2 key events. So like I showed you yesterday, you're going to have, hopefully you already did this, you have your text box, you turn around, do 1 and 2, and then 2 key events that happen before the spirit's visit. And then we'll do 1 for each day. By Friday, this needs to be completely filled out and turned in. Okay? Please message me if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.